This is my Anime 2025 haul. Setting it all up like this, I realized I got a lot of really cool stuff that I really enjoy, and it looks so nice to see it all set up like this. We are going to go through everything I picked up. I just think I got a lot of really awesome things. Okay, let's go through the whole pile of stuff. The very first thing I found was this Elfin book by Tai Jin, I believe. So I was on kind of a hunt for Freyrin stuff. And, I saw a lot of posters and stuff. But then I saw this really beautiful art book. I love when artists do art books. Now, it's not Freyrin, but it is elf kind. And it's just like a beautiful collection of elves just hanging out. And they look adorable. So I was like, you know what? I got to buy it. I love art books. I wish more artists in Artist Alley would put their art together in books like this. Because honestly, I don't have room for prints. I have room for books. And I love a book that has lots of imagery that I can sit down and I can enjoy. Whereas prints, like you can put one print up and you're stuck looking at that one image. And I like to look at a ton of images. So I paid $45. I think that's a bigger sale than most people get selling their prints. Usually they do like 2 for $35, 25 each, that kind of thing. I feel like a book would actually get an artist more sales. His stuff just looks really beautiful. Lots of really awesome sketches of different artists. Different fairies. I love that page. Just the coloring is gorgeous. So yeah, it doesn't have to be like a super complicated art book. It doesn't have to be a full-on comic book, graphic novel. Even if it just sketches with the colored art next to it, that alone to me is nice enough to really, really enjoy someone's art. So I would love a lot more books like this. I think all these elf images are absolutely stunning. And then I think the rest of the book is mostly just sketches. So the color pages were the best. That's really what sold it for me. A lot of these are just sketches, but they're really pretty sketches. And I think I will be looking for this artist again. I haven't followed him yet on Instagram, but I'm going to look to see if he has an Instagram. I think he would be worth following because I really like this. So yeah, there's just a whole bunch of sketches. And then the back cover. Yeah, this is a gorgeous book. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite things I've bought. Next, I bought from Sarah Flair. I think that's how you say their name. This beautiful like foil Freyrin print. I actually really, really, really like this size. The big prints, they're hard to deal with. I feel like every time I buy them, I damage them. Whereas this size is pretty much the size of like a deluxe edition manga. Which I feel like if Freyrin ever comes out with like a nice hardcover manga, I could buy the manga and put the print in the front of it and just make it like a even more deluxe version of the manga. I thought that was an absolutely stunning print. They had a larger size. I think this size was like $30. It wasn't cheap. It's almost like a plastic, I think. So I think it's almost like an acrylic sheet with little metal foil tape around the edge. Not 100% sure how they put it together, but I thought that looked stunning. I am so thrilled that I actually picked that up. I think that's one of the nicest things I got. Okay, and then the next person I bought stuff was Celtis. I really like her artwork, and these prints had these gorgeous like gold foil around the edges. I had her sign it. This artist signed it on the back. So we have a little autograph on the back. This print, though, it's stunning. I love the foil. She had the larger size, but again, I feel like this would fit into my collection better because I can put it in with like a manga down the road or something like that. I'll just have to buy extra. I'm sticking to this other print here. I'll have to buy extra copies of the deluxe Freyrin in like 5-10 years when they print a deluxe version. I'll have to buy extra copies just to put these prints in front of. That was beautiful. These were 2 for $35. So I got Freyrin. I also got the Fern one, which has also got the beautiful foil. This one is like a silver foil, not gold foil. Also signed by her. I thought those were stunning. Really, really happy I got this. I was really tempted to buy so many more of the Freyrin posters. But again, I ended up realizing I like this smaller size. Because the smaller size I can do something with. The large size, I need to either get like a big poster print folio kind of thing. Or, just have them in a pile where they get damaged. And it's so hard to deal with the big things. These little small things were amazing. Oh, and one thing I love to do too when I buy from artists or like comic artists or people that create things, if they have a business card, which Celtis did, this really cute business card, I'll grab a business card and I'll get the artist to sign the business card so I can actually put this with the prints, which is great, is that later on when I find the art, I have all this information to remind me how to find the artist again. Because if I see this in like 5 years, I'm like, well, I can see the Celtis is signed, but let's say I just sort of forgot what it was. If the business card is with it, I'm like, oh, that's Celtis. How do I figure out? Here's the social media, website, email, all that kind of stuff. So I do like to keep the card with the art when I can. And I like when they're signed. So I do have a collection. I probably have like 30 or 40 signed business cards like this that I've collected over the years. I just think it's a neat little added thing that you can add to a collection. Okay, next I bought this really adorable print from Jessica Luna. There's just something about, it's like this fun angle where you see the woman from behind her, but then you see her reflection in the mirror looking back. I thought it was just a really fun, playful print. I saw this image originally when I met her a year and a half ago or so at the 5 Points Festival. And I saw the original artwork was up for sale for, I think, like 500, 600. I sort of wanted it. It sold out. So it's something I've thought about for a long time. I saw that she had the prints for $15, which I had her sign. I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. And again, I also got the business card signed. Because, the business card gives you all the information on the artist. You can follow her at _eat slugs. She does a lot of really beautiful illustrations like this. And so, I got the card. I got the little print. That's amazing. And for $10, I also bought this really cool little pumpkin dude that she had made. I'm a big sucker for pumpkin-themed like monsters and people. I collect them. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I need to get that too. $10 for a pin? That sounds like a great deal. So that's like, I got the pin, the business card, and the print all for $25. I thought that was amazing. And then one other artist I saw from Chunky Tomato, I saw the Star versus the Forces of Evil pin. This is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. When it was on TV, it was my favorite thing. I absolutely love it. I really wish they would do something new. Even if it was just like a, I don't know, more comics, graphic novel, something. I absolutely love the character. I also got the business card from the artist signed, so I can follow them and check out all their information. Love it. There's not a ton of Star versus the Force of Evil merchandise out there, so every time I can find something like a pin or a print or something, I'm going to buy it. It's the only thing I saw at the con, but I guess the show it's been a few years since it's been over, so it's not really in everyone's mind right now. It's in my mind, though. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I had a lot of fun in Artist Alley. I didn't buy a ton in Artist Alley, but every piece that I did buy in Artist Alley was just absolutely perfect for me. Absolutely stunning. Thrilled to add these items to my collection. Okay, now let's look at some of the promo things I picked up. Okay, we'll go through a few of the freebies. We got a little flyer for Rooster Fighter. They're doing a big old, I think they're doing all kinds of things promoting it. They also had a One Punch Man thing set up, which was kind of neat. I didn't do that. I just grabbed the flyer because I think Rooster Fighter is kind of fun. They also were giving away a Rooster Fighter mask. Had to grab that. That is, fantastic. A couple little free pins. So Viz Media, they had a cool little Viz Media pin. I thought that was awesome. Happy to grab that. And then a Shonen Jump pin, which I thought was also cool. So I grabbed that. I like the little promotional things like that. Viz was giving out samplers of some of their, I guess, newer series or older series. I don't know. Just looked like a bunch of really cool stuff. A few pages out of each of those. I really want to get that manga. It looks really interesting. So that was neat. Oh, I got a Rooster Fighter poster, which is kind of hard to show. It got a little bit creased up, which I was afraid of, but honestly, I always find it really, really hard to grab posters unless you have the proper, poster holder on you, which I did not. So I knew that was going to get a little bit creased up, but that's okay. And mostly the mask and the pins were the thing I wanted the most out of the freebies. This is really cool. Young Magazine was giving away a free copy. Basically, you just had to follow them on X or sign up on their website and vote for which of the series that you wanted to have printed as a standalone actual single volume instead of in the magazine. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then they gave you just this single issue, or it's like, what is it? It's the 45th anniversary special issue. And that, I mean, that's a big, thick magazine. And it's just, you know, one cool looking series after another in here. So I'm going to go through it and read a bunch of this, I think. I want to check out what it's like. I thought that was really awesome. Like, how much would they have charged for something like this? I don't see a price on the cover, so I'm assuming they just made this to, like, give away for the show. But I'm assuming something like that new would be like 10, 20 bucks. So that was really neat that they were giving those away. And then, let's switch these over. I grabbed one of these heritage catalogs. Now, this is an older auction that had already expired or passed or whatever. But you just had to fill in the information to get on their mailing list, which was fine because I don't mind getting stuff sent to me. And I wanted it just because it has a really cool Studio Ghibli Kiki's Delivery Service cover. I thought that was amazing. My heart is Studio Ghibli, so anything Ghibli related, I'm gonna just grab that. And it's just a cool little auction. You know, you got Inuyasha, anime sells, Cowboy Bebop, Studio Ghibli anime sells, a whole bunch of animation sells, and like original sketches. It's a really cool catalog just to see like a whole collection of this type of stuff. And I grabbed a flyer for their upcoming auction, the October 10th one. I thought that was really neat. So yeah, those are free. Now for the manga, or there's one manga I paid full price for. So there's a whole booth set up for the Zombie Makeout Club. So I bought the manga and they asked me if I wanted a bag, and I saw that the bag had the graphics printed on it. I thought that was really cool. I love little commercial things like that, bags and whatnot. It's a neat little collectible. That's probably something that most people won't keep or you won't be able to get. I didn't know anything about this manga. It's just the Zombie Makeout Club. This is a volume 1 through 3 collected into English. I like just the gothic girl aesthetic of it. And just the artwork looked really, really interesting to me. It looked like a simple read, like not a ton of dialogue. Just a fun-looking manga to look through. Yeah, this looks really cool to me. Oh, you know me. I'm a sucker for anyone in a gas mask. Kind of creepy, kind of awesome. That was 20 bucks. I'm sure if I was patient, I could probably wait to get it cheaper. It doesn't have a barcode, so I don't even know if it was like commercially available in the US. I decided, you know what, let's get it. It looks pretty dope. Honestly, I was kind of hoping for more manga vendors that are selling cheap manga, but there was a few publishers selling the new stuff. I'm such a bargain hunter that I don't go out of my way to buy something at full price unless it's something kind of obscure or something that I didn't think I'd find easily again. So that's why I grabbed that. But all right, let's I'm gonna just start showing you some manga volumes. So we have Pluto number 4. I've only read a little bit of Urasawa stuff, but whatever I read, I've really enjoyed, and I love the anime for that. I did read volume 1 of 20th Century Boys, so I had been looking for volume 2. So another Urasawa. I kind of want to get all the stuff that he did. Okay, so let me just show you these two. So what it was I found a booth that was selling manga 50% off cover price. I am such a sucker for cheap manga or discount manga, especially if it's like a nicer one. Oh, I just noticed this one has a little bit of a rip on the cover. But you know what? I'm okay with that. When I buy cheap manga, I expect things to be a little bit beat up and not 100% perfect. Because I'm buying it to read it, and by the time I'm done reading all these, they're going to be a little bit more beat up anyway. More creases on the spine and whatnot. So I might as well, save a few dollars, get it a little bit worn. And, so this one is 20, so I paid 10 for that one. I paid $6.50 for that one, which is awesome. I would like to put the full run, but yeah, volume 2 I've been thinking I should pick up because I did enjoy volume 1, so I was happy to see that. I really like his artwork in general. It just looks beautiful, and the storytelling is usually it's a little bit slow paced, but it's usually like a fun mystery or something kind of interesting goes on. So I do really like that. Okay, I got the Pride and Prejudice, the Manga Classics adaptation. I got that basically for my wife, but I might end up reading it as well. I heard it's pretty decent, and this is the hardcover version, which I think is out of print and kind of a little bit more expensive. Cover price was $25, so I paid $12.50 for that. I think on Amazon, the cheapest one I saw was like $45. I don't know if on eBay if it's that expensive. What I know though is $12 felt like a great price on that. Then I got Yosai Yatsura, the Viz Big or more deluxe version. $10 for that one. Volume 10. I have 1 through 4 and one higher number volume. I need to fill in the rest because I'm trying to read through all of it in English. And I like reading it in this format, so I'm trying to get all of those. Absolutely love it. This I was thrilled to see. We got a Blackjack Volume 3, Osamu Tezuka. I think this is one of the cheaper volumes, not like one of the rarer ones that people like. The higher numbers in the teens, some of those go for like $50 to $100. But this one was half cover price. So this one was $8.50, which I don't know if it's a first print. If it's a first print, it might be worth a bit more. Third printing, I guess. Still, $8.50 is cheap because I think I looked on eBay and these are still going for like $12, $15. So I'm actually really happy to pick that up. Blackjack's a series I've been dying to read for a while now. So these two are actually really high on my want list. Thrilled to get those for half cover price. And then we have Pluto Volume 2, so another Urasawa book. That one was $6.50. I'm just a sucker. You know, I would love a anime manga show that mostly had vendors with discounted manga. You know, like 20% off cover price doesn't excite me too much because on Amazon, most stuff is 20 to 30% off and occasionally goes to 50% off. And I can get reward points on my credit cards to buy it on Amazon. So I don't really get excited for 10, 20% off manga. What I want to see is either out of print manga for a reasonable price, you know, maybe slightly under eBay price. If it sells all the time at 100 on eBay, if I can get for like 90, you know, that kind of thing. Or just vendors with 50% off. To me, 50% vendors, this was super fun. I really wanted to buy a lot more. My only limit was manga's heavy. Once you buy 5, 10 volumes, you really can't carry much more on your shoulders. Thrilled with these though. These are all great pickups for me. Okay, next I thought was really cool. I actually hadn't seen this before. So it's Transformers the Manga Volume 1. It's this beautiful hardcover. It has the foil or spot foil on the logo, a glossy finish. I love hardcover manga in general. I just think it just feels so nice in the hands. And what's really cool is this is a collected manga story that was originally published in 1985. That's back when I was into Transformers as a kid. So this is like original Transformers. This is Transformers from when Transformers were created based on Japanese toys and then turned into Transformers. So this is absolutely amazing. It says Transformers the manga was originally serialized in TV magazine beginning in 1985, alongside the debut of the franchise in Japan. This manga is the original work, especially for Japanese audiences, that establishes a parallel canon to the American Generation 1 series with different motivations, allegiances, and settings. So it's different than the Transformers I grew up with, but visually it's the Transformers. And I think it looks amazing. I'm actually really excited to read through this, and I think I'm going to have to try to track down the rest of the volumes because this artwork just looks absolutely stunning. I was a huge, in 85, I was a huge Transformers fan. I had tons of them. I love the cartoon, just everything about it. I love $25 cover price, so I paid $12.50. Thrilled to get that. That is really awesome. I got Citrus Volume 1. This was a total cover buy. Don't know anything about it. It might be a GL, not 100% sure. But just the cover. I thought the cover looked great. Interior artwork looks cute. But it's just really the cover sold that. Oh, what was that? That was $6.50. So yeah, again, if I'm getting stuff at a discount, I'll try a few things like that are just cover buys. Next we got Junji Ito Smash. I mean, everyone knows Junji Ito classic horror. This one was $23 cover price, so I paid $11.50. $11.50, $11 for Junji Ito. Hardcovers are great. It does have a little bit of a scratch here. But again, like I said, I don't mind a little bit of wear and tear on discounted manga. I mean, I'm paying a discount. I expect it to be a little bit worn. I'd rather be a little bit worn than get for half price, basically. Junji Ito stuff always just looks creepy cool to me. Like, oh my gosh, how creepy cool. I love the way he draws. I haven't read a ton of his stuff, but I'm going to try to collect it all, and I'm going to try to read as much of it as I can. Amazing. Okay, so I was really thrilled with those. Those are pretty cool pickups. Okay, next I got the Rose of Versailles Volume 1, the hardcover. I love these 1970s Sojo books. I just like the way, everyone is drawn, the sparkly eyes. To me, it just looks really beautiful. Like, she looks stunning. So this is just one of those volumes that I've kind of wanted to pick up for a little while now. And, it wasn't cheap. Like, the back cover, let's see, it was $39 cover price. So I paid $19. But $19 still feels like it's just a really, really good price. So I was happy to pick that up. Now I have to find, the other 4 for half price. Next, this is a series I really want to put together. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Or Part 7, I guess. This one does have a little bit of a slice here that I might have to try to glue back together a little bit. I almost didn't pick it up because of that crunch there and that little bit of slice right there, but it was $10 for the hardcover. I was like, you know what? When am I going to find, even in a slightly beat up condition, when am I going to find one of these volumes for $10? So I decided to jump on it. The artwork's gorgeous, but look at this. You guys know I'm kind of a sucker for spot color. Or at least anyone who's watched my video, every time I see spot color, I kind of like freak out. So I really, really love these pages. And then if you watch my comic channel, every once in a while I'll pick up a comic with a girder cover. So this is a whole scene on girders. He's like cooking dinner on girders. I think there's a big fight. Yeah, there's a big fight scene on the girders. Like, this is just spot color, girders, everything about that. That looks amazing. I can't wait to get this whole run. I'm going to be trying to track all this down if I can. Okay, this next one was a total, like, I didn't buy it till the 3rd time I went back to the booth. I kept going back. I would go back and buy like 5 volumes. So I saw that spine. I thought the spine looked really interesting, right? It was, if I'm digging through a bunch of books, I saw the blue. I liked the graphics. I saw the little bit. So I looked at the front and I said, you know what? That is a beautifully illustrated front cover. I thought that looked really beautiful. And then I flipped through it and I really just loved the line work. I thought this was just a beautiful looking manga. Nice Western. My son's been playing Red Dead Redemption, so I've kind of been like thinking about Westerns more lately as well. As a kid, I absolutely loved like Clint Eastwood movies and whatnot. So everything, my peak interest seemed to hit just right for this book. I was like, it's a Western. My son's into Westerns. Maybe he'll want to read it as well. The artwork looked great. The cover looked great. And then I flipped around and it said, forward by Moebius. Moebius is one of my all-time favorite artists. So like I said, I have to buy it. So I bought it. When I got home later that day, I was like, let me look it up. I want to learn more about this book. I realized this is the same guy who did The Walking Man, which Comic Crack had done a video a couple years ago saying it was one of his all-time favorite books. And I bought The Walking Man and I really enjoyed it. It was just a simple, didn't really have much of a plot. It's more about just the life. It was just about life moving on as he was just walking from one place to other, experiencing one thing to another. And there's just something about the experience. I really enjoyed the book. So the fact that this is another book by the same, artist and author, I thought, you know what? I'm probably going to love this. And now that I see that he's done a bunch of books, if I really enjoy this one, I'm going to probably have to track down everything he's done. So yeah, I'm really happy to pick that up. Oh, and the cover price was $25, so I paid $12.50. $12.50 is probably a steal on that. Really, like I said, I would love a show where they're just like vendor after vendor with 50% off manga. I would probably need to, rent a van or something. When I collect stuff and I really get into it, I go crazy. I'm just, manga, I will buy 100 at a time if I can. 100 a week even if I only read 1 or 2, just because I love collecting. And it's just fun. The hunt to me is so much fun, and just trying to track down cool manga for a good price is amazing. This was just a total cover by Levius Volume 1. $12.99 cover price. I paid, $6.50. Thought the back cover looked cool, and then just flipping through it, the line art looked pretty decent. Like, it looks like some kind of action adventure or something. Not 100. Oh, that guy looks creepy. Not 100% sure, but yeah, I figured. I think it might be a manhwa though, because it's red front to back and not back to front. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to have to research a little bit. But for $6, why not? I'll try something new if it's cheap enough. Inuyasha Volume 10, one of these Viz Big editions. I've been collecting Inuyasha in the older version. That's like the skinnier, smaller ones. And I thought I was going to read them, but I kind of like reading Yorosei Yatsura in this version. So I was thinking, you know what? If I do see these larger versions of Inuyasha, I will pick them up. Maybe I'll read them in a mix of what I have. And then when I get the big ones, the big ones. But, you know, this was half cover price. What was cover price? $20, so $10. At $10, I'll pick up all these Viz Big ones. I love Rumiko Takahashi artwork in general, so yeah, I was happy to grab that. I'm gonna grab her stuff whenever I can find it for a good price. And then I got Mermaid Saga #2, another Rumiko Takahashi book. This one, I thought in my head, oh, I think I have that, but I think I actually only had volume 1. So the second time I went back to the booth, I was like, you know what? Let me grab it because I think I only needed #1. I love the little bit of gloss on the logo. Price was, let's see, $24.99, so I paid $12.50. I figured if I accidentally already had this one and not #1, I could just, easily get my $12.50 back. Someone will pay me $12.50 for that. Maybe even a little bit more. Maybe I'll get 15 out of it. So I don't really worry if I get duplicates, but I'm pretty sure I had volume 1 and not volume 2. So I was happy to pick that up. Okay, next we had Soul Eater Volume 1, the Perfect Edition. This is the hardcover edition. It's a little bit scuffy on the cover. It's just not perfect. But it's, $20 cover price, so I paid $10. Again, I don't mind a little bit of wear or tear when I get manga discounted, because the main thing is I want to read them and enjoy them, and I'm not buying them for like collectability or value. I am collecting them. To me, they're highly collectible because it's fun having your own little library of awesome comics and manga and stuff. But I'm mostly buying them because I want to read them and enjoy them. So I don't care if it's absolute mint condition. I'm not looking for a mint condition one that can get graded and not like grade manga. I'm looking for good enough condition. It's not dirty. It's not gross. Maybe a little teeny bit of wear. Maybe a mark here or there. I'm okay with that. I just want a good price. Good price because it means I can get more manga for my dollar. And the more I can get for every dollar I spend, the happier I am. Because then I can just really enjoy a lot more manga. Just looks very interesting. I like that's a hardcover. $10 felt like a great price on that. They had a whole stack of those too. I wonder if anyone else picked them up. Oh, so I bought my wife the Pride and Prejudice, and she said, you know what, if they have Sense and Sensibility, grab that. And they did. So I actually grabbed that for her as well. The paperback editions, softcover ones, they don't sell for a premium. So I paid $10 for this. It might have been like $12 on Amazon or something. So it's a little bit of a savings. I was trying to see if there's a hardcover of this, though, because it seems like the hardcovers are the ones out of print. Either way, she was happy to see that I got that. And then I picked up, I thought this was really cool, the Dragon Crown. Is that how Dragon's Crown? So this, I actually played the game on the PS3. It's a pretty decent, fun game. It's like a side-scrolling action-adventure game. So when I saw that they did a manga on it and I could get for $6.50, I thought, you know what? Let me pick that up. That's kind of neat, actually. And the artwork looked really cool inside. Like, it's decent action-packed dungeon crawler action inside. So I thought that was really neat. I might have to track down the rest of them. Oh, I guess that one was a remainder because there's a little bit of a black mark there. But yeah, I thought that price was really good on that. Okay, and then I saw that they had the hardcover Mobile Suit Gundam books. So this is volume 7. Cover price $30. So 15 maybe a little bit high on these. But 30, I don't know. I don't know if I could get them for 15 easily. Pages are a little bit loose inside. Like, see how it's like disconnected on that one? I don't think there's anything missing. Hopefully there's nothing missing there. I don't think, yeah. I don't know. I might be disappointed if there's actually pages missing now that I look at it. I didn't look too carefully. But I've been really into... I'm really bad at with names. Yoshikazu Yashiko's artwork. He did Venus Wars, which I really enjoyed. I watched the movie maybe like 6 months ago. I collect all the comics. So I've been wanting to get more of his Gundam stuff, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous to me. Like, I like just the black and white and then the painted stuff. It seems like every few pages there's like a little color section. The painted stuff's gorgeous.
Now, I know years ago, back in like the early 2000s, I watched some Gundam stuff, but I don't know if I watched all of it. I'm gonna have to check. There's a few little loose spots. I don't think that's. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check to see if something's actually missing from that. That would be disappointing. That was the only one I noticed though. I think that had the loose, because I also got volume 5 for 15, which I saw had some of its like waxy coat like kind of worn off. But you know what? Again, I'm okay with it. I'm mostly just happy to get a discount so I can read these and enjoy them cheaply. And maybe down the road I'll buy a collection and I'll get them in higher condition. Let me just see what this first few pages look like here. Okay, so that one might have been missing the table of contents. No, table of contents is there. Okay, so we might just be a little detached, but it's actually still all there. Okay, that's okay. I actually don't mind the interior damage if it's intact and I can read it. I'm going to have to work hard to find the rest of these. I don't want to pay more than 15. I want to get them even cheaper if I can. I would like to put the full set together, though. These are... I keep flipping. The color pages are gorgeous to me, though. Kind of wish they did a full volume of all painted pages. That would be pretty dope. Look how awesome these look, though. Okay, yeah, that is really, really cool. Oh, I love the back cover. So we got volume 5, volume 8. So I got 2, and then I got one more. I got volume 1. So not the full set, just 3 out of, I don't know how many there are, 10, 12, something like that. Volume 1, again, was 15, I believe. Yeah, 15 bucks. Love the back cover. I love the spines on these. The spines just look really cool. And this one I think was okay. Yeah, it was just the one that looked a little damaged. Which again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a little bit of damage. As long as it's complete, I can read it and enjoy it. And honestly, by the time I'm done reading and enjoying any of these mangas, it might be a little bit more worn. You know, the spine might be a little bit cracked. I do baby my books a little bit while as I read them. But I don't want to baby them so much that I don't actually enjoy the book. I want to be able to just enjoy the story, get kind of lost in it, and enjoy every ounce of it. And then, you know, have it on my shelf looking cool. And if the spines look fine, like, you know, like this, the spines look cool on the shelf, a little bit of a damaged interior does not bother me. These look so cool, though. I can't wait to get the rest of the set. So, yeah, it is awesome just adding a giant selection of manga to the collection. You know, if I could buy this much manga on a weekly basis, I think I'd be a really happy person. And, you know, it was less than $10 a volume, I think. And most of these were, you know, more deluxe or hardcover versions. I'm actually really, really happy with what I found. Awesome show.